So here we have Mocha, and this week's video for Mocha is going to be him working on his leash walking. So he's sitting here relaxed, and that's when I'm going to put the leash on him. I don't want to put the leash on him if he were jumping on me or acting kind of crazy. He's not a crazy puppy in the slightest, but if he were to be jumping on me, I wouldn't be putting the leash on him. So he's offering me a sit. Even if he's not sitting, I just want to wait till he's calm and relaxed. So even if he's standing, sitting, laying down, as long as he's not using any of those puppy antics to get my attention, that's when I'll put the leash on him. So as you see there, he's got the leash in his mouth. And this is a leather leash. The reason I use this is just to show you how puppies sometimes want to chew on leather leashes. So instead of letting him do so, I'm going to reward him with a treat for following me. So getting that leash out of his mouth, not by pulling, but instead by offering him something better that's appropriate for him to have. So a treat. Oh boy. I'll tell him this way when we change direction. Nice loose leash. I never want to have the leash super taut like this. Nice slack and nice bow in the leash. Good boy. This way. Good boy. So whenever I change direction, I want to cue in Mocha's handler focus with that this way term. So he's going up to the wrong side. I'm going to stop walking and bring him to my left side with those treats. Using that sound when he goes to the wrong side, when he goes to the end of that leash. Boy. Don't want him getting tangled up, so we're just going to pick up that little foot real quick. This way. Good boy. Him walking a little bit behind me is perfectly fine. I'd much rather this than him out in front of me. So he's grabbing that leash again. Just going to put it behind his head if I can, a little out of sight, out of mind. This way. Good boy, yes. Yes, good. He's doing really good with this. He's not much of a puller, but if he were to go out in front of me, let's see if he'll do it. He won't. So if Mocha were to go out in front of me and the leash went taut and he's at the end of the leash, before he would even hit the end, I'd say, easy, and I'd stop walking. Therefore, that's when he would hit the end of the leash. And the reason for this is I don't want to keep walking and rewarding the pulling behavior. So if I stop walking, he might stand at the end of that leash for just a moment. But what you can do is make some noise, cue in his handler focus, bring him back to your left side with a treat, or you could turn around, or even just wait for slack naturally. Why I mention this is you never want to reposition Mocha with the leash. So you would never see me grab the leash and pulling him back to my left side, because it's an old wives' tale that if you put a puppy where you want them to walk, they'll learn to walk there. When in reality, you're teaching him resistance, you're teaching him how to pull, you're making it a game of tug of war, and we don't want that. We want him to walk with a nice loose leash. So again, no repositioning, using those treats to reposition him, or having lots of patience to wait for that slack naturally. And you can even turn around if it was to the point where you really just wanted to regain his focus, just turning around and walking the other way. This way. Good boy. Good boy. This way. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Mocha's a very laid-back, easy-going boy, and he likes to just stick with. Like I said, he walks behind a little bit, but that's okay. I'd much rather him be behind me than walking me, so this is nothing bad. It's actually really good. It just shows that he's sticking with me and he's respecting the leash enough for me. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Good boy. like, what leash? So that's just what's best, other than, because if you were to take and kind of give him a leash pop, pull this out of his mouth, he's going to think it's a game. So just like that, as you saw there, I kind of even just pull it up. So if I were to pull it away, he's going to think and build up drive. So to set him up with a fast success, just kind of taking that leash and putting it behind his head once he's nibbling on the treat instead. You can even use a toy for this too. This way. Mocha walks very, very nicely on a leash. He's very good with this. Good boy. And he's not nibbling on me, he's nibbling on the treat only, which is awesome. He's doing really good with that. It's important to note that when you're doing luring, you put the treats between your palm of your hand, index finger area, and your thumb. You don't want to be doing this because then he might get your fingers. And it's not that he's trying to chew on you, he's just a puppy, so he doesn't know better. Sit. Good boy. So we're going to end this as we do with all of our sessions. Sit. Good boy. Put my foot on the leash. So if he goes to do that jumpy behavior again, the leash would correct that. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Do one more sit. Mocha. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Good job. Treat, change it up for him, give him some other type of treat than the one I was just using. Sit. Wait it out. Good boy. And then down. You can even lure him back into that sit and then down. Good boy.